Green MPP in Ontario. So I feel like a very special, lucky Green that my vote went to Mike. And I feel even luckier to be next door and getting to introduce him now, hopefully run alongside him and keep fighting the good fight. So thank you, Mike, for having me here, and welcome our fabulous Green Party leader, Mike Schreiner.
Well, thank you, Ryan, so much for that very kind introduction. And I wish I was here joining you in person instead of virtually today. As many of you probably know, I tested positive via rapid test last night. And I just want to say that I'm feeling fine, and that we're going to make the adjustments we need to continue building the momentum our campaign has right now. Coming out of the leaders debate on Monday night, you've seen a significant upsurge in support for the Green Party's vision and our plans to build a caring, connected, climate-ready Ontario to offer new solutions to old problems. And Ryan, I just want to say what a fantastic job you're doing in Wellington Halton Hills, which in many respects is one of those ridings that's ground zero for the effects of Doug Ford's attack on environmental protections. Let's be clear, the Ontario Greens are committed to stopping Doug Ford from paving over our future. We need to stop the sprawl. We need to stop destructive highways through our greenbelt that will pave over farmland and wetlands. And we need to build caring, connected, climate-ready communities. And a major part of that is ensuring that we protect our water, the water that sustains life, the waterways that protect us from flooding. And one of the major threats to water in communities across the province is the gravel mining industry. And the Premier, Mr. Ford, and his government have weakened water protections. They've weakened the ability of municipalities to be able to protect drinking water from gravel mining operations. And his sprawl agenda is also part of an agenda to make it even easier for gravel mining in this province. The Ontario Greens have a different vision, a vision that's about making sure we protect water, that we protect our communities. We understand that when Mr. Ford says environmental regulations are red tape, they're not red tape. They're what protects our health, our safety, our water, the places we love, the communities we want to raise our families. And so that's why today I'm proud to announce our plan to increase water protection and to ensure that Ontario is climate ready. And it starts with a moratorium on new and expanded gravel mining applications. We need a moratorium in place until we fully understand exactly how much gravel and aggregate Ontario actually needs to meet demand, and until we have the proper protections in place to ensure that we protect our water and our communities. Second, we would double the size of the Greenbelt and implement a Blue Belt to protect our waterways, our moraines, our lakes and rivers, and our wetlands. The wetlands that clean our drinking water and protect us from flooding. You know, the bottom line is, as the climate emergency escalates, we know flooding is one of the major threats to Ontario. And we need to ensure that water stays in our moraines and our wetlands and our lakes and rivers, and not in our basements. And finally, we would bring forward legislation creating a minimum standard for the use of recycled aggregates. This is more fiscally responsible, more environmentally responsible, and ensures that we reuse and recycle aggregates in a way that other jurisdictions that are much further ahead of Ontario are doing. So let's use the best research, science, and innovation to ensure that we maximize the use of recycled aggregate to help minimize the need for new gravel mines. We know the people of Ontario, especially young people, want a climate-ready and livable future. They want to ensure that we protect people and the places we love in our communities. And that's why I'm so proud that the Ontario Greens have been a voice for citizens who are speaking out to stop the sprawl, to stop Highway 413 and the Bradford bypass, and to protect our water, and to ensure that we're ready to address the climate emergency. There is a direct connection between gravel mining, highway construction, sprawl, and climate pollution. So let's build livable, affordable, connected communities that protect the places we love in this province. And that's exactly why we need more green MPPs at Queen's Park. Thank you, and I'm happy to take any questions.
Thank you, Ryan, and thank you, Mike. We'll now open the floor to any questions. I'll ask that you use the raise hand function on Zoom, and I'll call you in order of when your hand was raised. So on that note, first up, we have Richard Southern from City News. Richard, please unmute yourself and go ahead.
Hi, Mr. Schreiner. I think I speak for my media gallery colleagues when we say we're glad you're feeling okay. I'm wondering, are you going to isolate for the full 14 days?
Yeah, I'm going to be isolating following public health guidelines, and we'll continue to campaign virtually in self-isolation until it is safe to do otherwise.
So is that, well, what is that 14 days or is that 5 days or?
You know, Richard, we're going to monitor symptoms. I'll be taking additional tests, and I will continue to campaign in isolation as long as I need to make sure that we prioritize health and safety.
Mike, do you wish the debate authorities had tested everyone prior to that debate?
You know, Richard, I'm not going to comment on that. You know, everyone came into the debate. You know, we all came with our passion and our energy, and each and every one of us, we meet so many people each and every day that, you know, it's hard to say whether one particular encounter or meeting led to me testing positive for COVID last night.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you, Richard. Next up, we have Holly Mackenzie-Sutter from Canadian Press. Holly, please go ahead.
Hi, Mike. Glad to hear you're doing okay. Yeah, I just wanted to get a few more thoughts from you about kind of any concerns you have about what this development with your COVID positive result might have on just your campaign right now, especially as you mentioned, there's a lot of momentum right now after the debate.
You know what? All of us in Ontario, every business, school, family, healthcare provider, just everyone has had to adapt and adjust. And so we'll do that. And I'm confident that we'll be able to continue campaigning and building on the momentum we have. And there are many ways. We have the technology like what we're using today. There are many ways for me to be able to connect with the people of this province and to keep building the momentum we have in our campaign.
Great. And I'm wondering, just kind of following up on Richard's questions about your plans to end the isolation, like, are you saying you're going to take the negative test to exit route? And I guess I'm just wondering what further precautions you are going to take when you are back out campaigning, like mostly outdoor stuff, or just kind of go over what how you plan to approach that.
Yeah, so you know, I've been wearing masks indoors campaigning, and we've been trying to organize most of our campaign events outdoors. And you know, we're going to continue to take full precautions and to prioritize public health and safety. I'm still talking with my team around what our full plan is moving forward. I mean, we have decided that I'm going to self-isolate. I'm going to campaign from home. We're going to continue building on the momentum we have right now, and that we know technology exists that will allow me to continue to connect with people and can continue to support our candidates and to campaign from home. And I'll campaign from home as long as I need to make sure that we prioritize public health and safety.